Now go to the next question. When you slide with your arm, you don't use your legs for some moment. Is it a good practice or just you feel relaxed? And he is going on about, my videos where I do like this glide technique where I just glide through the water and virtually no kicking and virtually just movement, just gliding through the water. We call it the glide technique, or I call it the glide technique, where I really like just do a long stroke. And they say every now and then I stop the kicks and not do anything. What I do in the glide technique obviously is I keep my movement in the leg. Just as an explanation, I keep my movement in my leg very minimal. I try to glide along with the water. I try to hide my legs behind my body so I can really just like the surface area is very minimal. And what I use for it is 2B kick. Whereas my 2B kick is a bit less because it's not for propulsion, it's more for balance. So I'm actually answering some sort of the question. It's more for propulsion, just for it's less for propulsion because the propulsion comes from my arms, from the maximalization of the arms where I reach to the front and I just get the full, let's say 1 meter, 80 centimeters out of it, like DPS we had in another call. And the kick is just for balances that I move from one side to the other according to the rhythm. This is, how would you explain it in the end?
Yeah, so, well, I mean, you explained it very well, but basically, when you do your slow, long, hand glide, beautiful swimming stroke, you're not swimming to swim fast, you're swimming to have great technique and just demonstrate what a nice long hand glide is and how you can look and how you can make minimal splash, least resistance through the water in your videos when you swim like that. And you're not needing to kick fast, you're not trying to kick hard, you are, as you just said, you're doing your steady 2-beat leg kick. So because you're swimming slow and smooth and gliding through the water, you're not having to propel yourself with your leg kick, which is why sometimes your leg kick will slow down and sometimes they'll even pause because your body balance is perfect and you're not having to maintain your balance with using your leg kick, which is what quite often people will do. And actually that leads into a question. Someone commented on a clip that you posted yesterday that you tagged me in, and they were saying that they struggle with having a big scissor leg kick. And the reason that they have a big scissor leg kick, I've asked them to send a video actually into our Insta DM, but quite often people will have to do a scissor leg kick to try and balance their body because they don't have the balance. And the reason what causes that is they will potentially be breathing too far to the side. So they'll be turning their head, they turn their body, they snake through the water, and then their body is not balanced through the water, and they're having to do that big wide scissor leg kick to try and maintain the balance.
Exactly. But also, I completely agree with you, because the thing is, the movement can also be too great or too big. So I also have a rather like if I want to jump into also what you said. I mean, yes, I'm trying to swim slow there. I'm trying to have a nice glide and whatsoever. But also when I go on long distance, my long distance technique doesn't deviate from that too much. I just put more pressure into my stroke rather than my legs, and my legs are really just for balances there. So that needs to be understood. For long distance swims, I have this technique, but I put more emphasis on my stroke so that it's a tougher stroke, and only want to get faster with increasing that cadence of it, keeping as much distance on my stroke here and keeping the rhythm like that, but again minimal balance on. That's just for balance here. My legs are they're just for balance, which is then optimal for long distance races like Ironmans and triathlons and whatsoever. Now, if I want to be faster, or like I come to a certain speed, Mainly it's for me, it ends with switching from 1 minute 06 to 1 minute 05 and below. I will start to use my kick more. I uploaded once a video, I think I also show it in here. So I increase my kicks as we go and increase the proportion from the kicks. So it's getting from that to that to that, and we have another video which we did. I'll go from 2B kick to 4B kick to 6B kick. Now again, I'm going to what you said about the movement. The movement should always be in a certain level, and that is not more than a meter. And this, if you do a proper hip starting whip movement for the kick, it will not be able to get bigger. So it will be always a whip movement, and that is only about this big, not bigger. And then that's why I will never be able to do all this. And how do I get there? Because a lot of people will then say, and this is another question which came, is why don't your legs not sink? Is I have a good core. My core muscles are very good. And how did I get it? And one is planks, training, a lot of kicks itself, so kicks with the kickboard. And the other thing is, instead of taking a pool boy, and I made another video on my YouTube and Instagram accounts and social media accounts in general, take a kickboard between your legs. And once you use that, just try it. Before you answer, comment, how shall I hold the kickboard? There is one way. If the kickboard is like this, that is your legs, keep it that way. Just try it first before you comment. Try it and do it. You will see what it does to your core, and you will realize what I'm talking about. So that is more about...
You really have to engage your core.
You do.
To be able to hold that board in that position. So yeah, it's a great one.
It is the one way to actually make people realize what the core means, the core muscles. I mean, in football, you need this core muscle too. You need it in all the sports. That's why everyone has a good, a six pack down here, or underneath maybe the paddy, they have a six pack underneath it. But that's aside the point. But that usually means that you can keep your legs up and you can control it, and your legs won't sink. The other sinking legs thingy theory, or the other reason why legs are sinking usually, is because of the head position. If you're not like this, or they're not slightly to the front, if you're like this, then obviously your legs will go down. That is the other side.
Yeah, exactly. You've got to get the right balance and feel at one with the water, and that only comes from practice. And when you feel at one with the water, you just feel naturally relaxed in the water. It's much easier to then stay afloat. Your legs don't sink down, and it's easy just to look effortlessly glide. I can't say that. Put the teeth in.
Well,
I can't even
effortlessly.
Yeah. Thank you. So there you go. The Englishman can't even speak English.
The Englishman in New York.
Oh, there we go. Yes, stick that song on. Sorry, I digressed.
So I think we have some insights on that topic again. Yes. I hope you answered some of it. Let's do one more question. And this is actually a funny one. It goes